just want to reiterate something on the grounding. It's very easy to dismiss it, especially if you have never done it. And it's very easy to dismiss it even if you have been doing it, because you have been walking around in shoes that keep you from absorbing the energy that the Lord put here for us, and the trees and the grass. That's why they're green and stand strong and tall. Because this world has got us running every direction, just trying to make ends meet. Even if you want to ground, you don't really remember to. Even if you want to, it just isn't there, and the next thing you know, you dismiss it completely. I mean, if you have ringing in your ears, it's going to pull out that electrical charge in you that's bouncing around doing that. If you have headaches, moisture content not right in your body, it will open you up at a cellular level so that when you drink water, it actually goes into your cells. I could go on and on and on. Sleep. You got problems sleeping, it's going to help. Vision. It will help you with your vision if you're having problems there. There's nothing that it won't help address. In some situations, it will address the problem completely. And that is not taking away from prayer. Who gives us common sense and wisdom? The Lord. That's who gives that. Now, if you want more information on grounding, my email is always available. And if that's too difficult to do for whatever situation, my phone number is available too on request. I can't tell you how many people that this has changed their lives. Okay. The last person that I gave this to, set them up with the grounding. They had that disorder where you shake real bad, and I mean he had it bad. Like his arms were going up a foot or 2 foot at a time. Couldn't even drink water. Had this for many years. Called me to his house. He told me he was done. He was writing his will, giving his car away. And that was it. The doctors told him he was done too. Okay. Of course, first and foremost, we prayed on the spot over this situation. Left the grounding with him. He used it. Now, this has been some months back. And I had seen him periodically since then. And he was doing much better. Now, I seen him about 2 weeks ago, I think. And I didn't even recognize him. That's how much his face changed. He didn't look like he was 100 years old anymore. He's up in years, but he didn't look completely worn out. And I asked him how he was doing. He said, "I'm doing great." Very little shaking. I actually wasn't even sure it was him moving around like that anymore. Speaking fluently. Okay. Speaking fluently. He couldn't do that before. This man's entire body was shaking. Now his job, for many years, he worked on the telephone lines and cable lines where he was absorbing, with his rubber-soled shoes on, too much of these electrical fields and alternating currents as well. And I asked him too, I said, "Have you ever went barefoot?" He said, "No, I never have." Never. I mean, he just said he never did that. When you go barefooted, you're a grounding. When you ground something, the electric goes into there, okay? In this particular situation with our bodies, the bad stuff goes out into the ground and the good comes in. Okay? It's that cut and dry. Now, if you are fortunate enough to be near an ocean, a river, a lake, go down there and put your feet in. Swim around if you can. Just your feet in there alone is enough. But I could go on and on about this. I mean, literally, I could probably talk all day on it. Keep in mind, look at your feet right now. What kind of shoes you got on? What kind of shoes you got on? And you'll know why you're having a lot of problems. We were not meant to live like this. As soon as these shoes came out worldwide in the 50s and 60s, the health of this entire world went downhill within a couple weeks, maybe a month. That's not my opinion. Look into it and you'll find that to be very factual. This has been a setup to take us down mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally for thousands of years. Okay? Again, this doesn't take away from prayer. But I say this often, if you don't want to get hit by a car, you're not going to go out on the highway and pray. Okay? So common sense has to take part here. Without it, forget it. That's just how this works here. We have to slow down and do some of these very obvious things that benefit us spiritually, physically, emotionally, and get those benefits because they were put there by our Creator. Everything out there, the grass, the water, the trees, that is His Word, His living Word. Wouldn't you want to be literally attached to that? Of course, your enemy doesn't want you to, because that's why you have the big, thick, rubber-soled shoes on right this moment. And a lot of people think they're feeling it at their optimum level. You get used to feeling that and you think that that is it. It's not. It's way higher than that. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them. Because iron does sharpen iron. We all need sharpened. Myself included.